Hello everyone, I am back and going to do a playthrough of Treasure in a Royal Tower. I very recently played this game, like in the past month, so it's very fresh on my mind and hopefully will be kind of fast going through this, so.
Hi there, it's me, Nancy Drew. You're just in time for my latest mystery, Treasure in the Royal Tower. Choose your difficulty level to start off. If you're new to adventure games, you might want to click the tutorial button first for a few tips on how to play the game.
Her voice is so, like, high in that recording, which is interesting. Okay, I'm going to do Senior Detective as per usual.
Dear George, so much for my Wisconsin ski vacation. I arrived here at Wickford Castle last night, just before a blizzard swept in. The mountain is completely shut down, and the surrounding roads are closed. I think I'm one of the few guests who made it to the castle at all. The place is huge and old, and slightly creepy under the circumstances. You should hear this wind. What's more, the owner, Christy Lane, my father's friend, is away on business. I tried to ask the caretaker, Dexter Egan, how I could contact her, but he said he didn't know. Doesn't that seem odd? I couldn't help feeling like there was something he wasn't telling me. All this makes me a little nervous, but I'm determined to enjoy myself. After all, this is a vacation, right? I have big plans to explore the castle. That Ezra Wickford, the original owner, must have been quite a character to have built such an extraordinary place. It's filled with strange, dead-end corridors, for one thing. And I noticed one of the towers is totally different from the other ones. Of course, I'll have to save some time to meet Jacques Brunet, the French ski instructor. Tell Bess she'll be the first to know if he's half as gorgeous in person as he looks on his website. So, George, I guess things never quite go according to plan, but at least this time, the culprit is just a snowstorm. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy. Now all I need is a mailbox.
Okay, so Nancy's just written this letter. Now she needs to send it off. This is our locker number and combination. That'll come in handy later. And the room card key. That also is important so we can get back into the room. There's a very annoying noise.
Sounds like the radiator is broken.
Which is the broken radiator. Which we are going to bug Dexter endlessly about. Menu. Let's see what's in Nancy's suitcase. A brochure about the castle. So Ezra Wickford owns this castle, or he owned, I should say, because he died, and then passed it on to his great niece, Christy Lane. So Christy Lane had us come to this castle as a vacation, and as per usual, Nancy is going to stumble upon a mystery. So, a lot of French history in the castle too. Let's keep exploring. There's a magazine we can look at. Sassy Detective. Put 2 and 2 together to figure out how to determine a keypad access code. Here's a little test. If you saw the 4 fingerprints below, what order would you put them in from first to last? Will the darkest fingerprint be the first button that was pressed or the last? So then what's the code? So the idea here is that the darkest fingerprint is the first button pressed because the oils from your finger get onto the first key, and then there's less oils on the second key, less oils on the third and fourth key. So that's how that works, and yes, that will come in handy later on. So now we will leave and talk to Dexter. He is located down these stairs. First I'm going to look over here because there's a few more brochures. Or I should say, I don't know, papers.
Hello, Miss Drew. Did you get squared away upstairs?
Yes, thanks, Mr. Egan. My room is charming, but I think there's something wrong with my radiator. It hisses, and there's a clanging noise, too. Would you mind checking it out for me?
Sorry about that inconvenience, but you're just gonna have to sit tight for a while. I'm the only one on duty while the owner's away, and around here it seems like even if it ain't broke, it still needs fixing. Last time I checked, there were only 24 hours in a day, and now to make matters worse, there have been a couple of incidents.
I hope it's nothing serious. The owner, Christy Lane, is a friend of my father's, and I know how much she loves this castle.
Everything's under control. Is there something else, Miss Drew?
I just need a stamp to send this letter, and then I'll be off to explore the castle.
Well, I can take your letter, but the mail's not going anywhere for a while. It's snowing like there's no tomorrow out there. So explore all you want. Take the grand tour. But forget about the library. It's off limits.
Sounds like you mean business, Mr. Egan. What happened? Too many overdue books?
Someone vandalized our historic library. Really turned the place upside down. The owner, Miss Lane, she's gonna be pretty upset.
Why would anyone want to vandalize the library?
I have no idea. I straightened up in there before check-in yesterday and everything was fine. Now it looks like a bomb went off. Books everywhere and somebody hacked a big hole in one of the walls. I locked the place up and called the police, but who knows when they'll be able to get here.
The police? Was anything stolen?
I can't tell, but somebody's definitely after something.
What else has gone wrong?
Well, this Professor Hotchkiss just called me in a terrible flap, saying our room's been robbed. I went up there, but she wouldn't open the door to talk about it. Wouldn't even tell me what was missing. So what's she want me to do about it?
What strange behavior. I'm curious. I wonder if she might open the door to talk to me.
Well, Hotchkiss has a pair of ski boots in the basement. The Frenchman's been working on them for her, but he won't deliver them. Says he's a ski instructor, not a bellhop. I hate to ask this, but if you could grab those boots and bring them up to her, it might smooth her feathers. Sure would smooth mine.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
You're a trooper.
So, I think, as I'm listening to Nancy more, they did something to Lanny Manella's voice in this game. It seems so much higher than all the other games, which is fine. It's just interesting. Okay, so let's talk to this
Hi,
character.
I'm Lisa. Did you hear what happened? Someone broke into the library and vandalized it. Dexter locked it up. He's saying the culprit must be one of us in the castle. Can you believe it?
Yeah, Dexter just told me the library is a disaster area and that it's totally off limits.
Too bad, huh? I'm dying to see what they did to it. Don't quote me on this, but I think Dexter has an extra key to the library somewhere around his desk.
I guess you've really got your finger on the pulse around here. Any other castle scandal I should know about?
Oh, we got scandal, honey. Professor Hotchkiss is claiming she's been robbed, for one thing. But the real scandal is downstairs. His name is Jacques Brunet.
What's the scandal with Jacques Brunet?
Va-va-voom. Scandalous cuteness, of course. Didn't you watch the last Winter Olympics? He's France's big cheese of skiing. He holds the record for the 500-meter slalom, but he totally choked at the games. I guess he's washed up now. But at least his looks haven't gone down the tubes.
So who's Professor Hotchkiss?
Oh my gosh! Wait till you hear this! Hotchkiss is this nutty old woman who's always typing and talking to herself in her room. I was walking past her door earlier, and I heard her screaming that her room had been robbed.
Wow. Did she say what was stolen?
Not that I could hear. She just kept wailing, "My theory, my theory." I think she teaches history, or maybe a foreign language. I thought I heard a couple of French words pop out of her mouth. But don't quote me on that either. I only barely passed Spanish in high school.
Do you have a theory about all this?
Hardly. I'm just a humble photojournalist covering weird old mansions in the Midwest, and this place is one of the weirdest. Did you know Ezra Wickford, the original owner, shut himself away in here for like 50 years?
I wonder why he was so antisocial.
Creepy, right? I mean, did we stumble onto the set of As the Castle Turns or what? Well, you probably want to get settled. I wonder what we're gonna do with ourselves while we're all cooped up in this place.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
So that was Lisa. She is a photojournalist. I don't know if she said that, but... Okay, here's the library,
It's locked.
which is locked. And then there's an elevator, which we can take down to the basement, which is where Jacques Brunet? Yeah. He's the ski instructor, so we need to pick up Professor Hotchkiss's boots from him. And it's closed. But we can take this little paintbrush. Let's see, equipment rental hours, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 2 p.m. to 5. So it's 12, and it will open again at 2 p.m., so we have to wait until then. While we're waiting, let's try to open our locker, which is the combination 517.
The combination is 517, but it's not working.
So the combination's not working. We can ask Dexter about that. There's nothing else to do down here right now, but we can just explore down here. I don't really know what these doors are. I guess they're more hotel or more like rooms for guests.
Dead end.
But there are a lot of dead ends in this castle, which Nancy likes to comment on, so it's funny. Here's a little electric box that will come. We'll need to use that later. And then over here there's a staircase, and this is another way to go to the first floor. It's too dark to go to the second floor because the lights are off. So let's go talk to Dexter about the locker.
Did Hotchkiss get her boots?
Not yet, Mr. Egan.
That's a shame.
So, how long have you been working here?
A while.
Can you do something about my radiator?
Sorry, not yet.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
Let's try talking to Hotchkiss without the boots. Her room is 214, and we know that by the sound of the typing. She won't answer our knocking, so we can just keep exploring. This is an interesting little area, and
This one goes nowhere.
a dead end. And honestly, each corner of the second floor ends in a dead end, I feel like.
Yet another dead end.
I guess that's supposed to be because Ezra Wickford took the castle from France. He like disassembled it. Okay, there are the stairs, which we can't go down because they're too dark. He disassembled the castle in France and then put it back together here in Wisconsin, which is interesting. And that's supposed to be why
hit the
there's
wall.
so many dead ends.
Did Hotchkiss get her boots?
Not yet, Mr. Egan.
That's a shame.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
Okay, so we really need to get Hotchkiss her boots. But we haven't looked at everything in here. There is a bookcase over here, which we can look through. A book about the 1700s in France, when the people were revolting against King Louis. And Jean LaBeouf. kind of led the revolution, I think. I guess we can only look at book 2.
Hi there, how's it going?
I'm dying to find a way into that tower. Where do they usually hide the secret entrances in weird old Midwestern mansions?
I guess I should know, shouldn't I? Too bad most of the places I've covered aren't any weirder than imitation butter. I wish you'd hurry up and find it, though, so we can check it out.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Keep me posted.
Okay, so it's 1 o'clock. We still need to kill 1 hour, so I'm just going to go and see if we can call Bess and George. That's always a good thing to do if you need to kill some time. Or we can call Ned too. Let's call Ned first.
Hi, you've reached Ned at Omega Chi Epsilon. I'm not here to take your call right now, so please try again later. Thanks.
Ned is a frat boy. Wow. Okay, let's call George.
Hello?
George, it's Nancy.
Great timing, Nancy. Bess and I were just saying how we wish we were out on the ski slopes with you. Hang on, I'll get her to pick up the other phone. Hey, Bess, our favorite detective's on the phone.
Hey, Nancy, how's the vacation?
I guess you haven't gotten my letter. Not only do I have a blizzard on my hands, but I may have stumbled onto another case, too. The castle library was vandalized, and one of the other guests says her room was robbed.
Boy, oh boy! Have you searched the library for clues yet?
Well, that's the thing. Dexter Egan, the caretaker, says it's locked up and off limits until the police can get here. But who knows when that'll be.
That's funny, Nancy. I didn't know the phrase off limits was even in your vocabulary.
Seriously, though, don't you think that your dad's friend, Christy Lane, would feel better knowing that you're on the case, at least until the police can take over?
She's right, Nancy. I mean, who knows what this Egan guy is all about anyway? Sounds like you're just gonna have to find an alternative entrance to that library.
Here I go again. Just hope I don't have to slide down the chimney.
And what about this robbery? Who got robbed?
I'm not sure. The guest's name is Professor Hodgkiss. I think she's a bit eccentric.
You mean weird?
Nutso?
A few sandwiches short of a picnic?
Okay, you guys. I just mean that I'm not sure how reliable her testimony will be.
Yeah, but she'll probably tell you something important, whether she means to or not.
I met this nice woman, Lisa Ostrom.
What's her deal?
She's a photojournalist doing a story on the castle. She sure got me curious about that tower.
Oh, yeah? Does she know where the entrance is?
I don't think so.
Well, keep an eye on her, Nancy. Those photojournalists are born snoopers, you know.
George, are you suggesting that Nancy is a second-class snooper? You're going to give our friend a complex.
Oh, right. Like Nancy doesn't know she's the prime minister of snooping.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Nancy.
See ya!
Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's only 1:30. Okay, well, we are gonna make it 2 p.m. Because we truly can't do anything else until we get the ski boots. Let me go the right way. Actually, I can go down the elevator.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Je m'appelle Jacques Brunet. So, what brings you to beautiful Wisconsin?
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Nancy Drew. I'm here on vacation. What's your excuse?
My excuse?
Yeah, what brings a professional skier from France to Wisconsin? Why not Aspen or Lake Tahoe?
I am here for Isabelle, mon petit chou. She's an American studying at the university in Madison, and I've asked her to marry me. That is excuse enough to be in Wisconsin, n'est-ce pas? And besides, I am not the first French work of art to end up here.
Work of art? What are you talking about?
I am speaking of the Queen's Tower, of course. It comes from the Chateau Rochemont in a town in France near where I grew up. Didn't you notice it when you drove in?
Yes, I did notice. What an amazing feat it must have been to take that thing apart and put it back together.
The French are talented people, Nancy. We are good at many things, not just making wine and romance, you know. But tell me, how will you spend your time here, Nancy?
I'm dying to have a look inside that library. I heard it was vandalized. Do you know anything?
Nancy, a pretty girl should not worry herself with this type of thing while she is on vacation. I should warn you, Dexter is very protective of this place. He does not take kindly to people snooping around where they should not.
Thanks for the tip, but I think Dexter and I are going to get along just fine.
Get along just fine, you say? Ah, a woman who knows her own powers of persuasion. Elle est dangereuse, non? Ciao!
Okay, wait.
Ah,
what's
Nancy, comment ça va?
Tell me about these boxes you're making.
When I am not skiing, I need some other way to express myself. So voila! I make these hot boxes for keeping secrets safe. I'm sure you have many secrets, Nancy.
Lisa told me you were in the Olympics. What was that like?
Disappointing, frustrating, humiliating.
Oh, what happened?
It was the worst day of my life. To fall flat on my face with my family, my country, and the rest of the world watching.
Dexter told me the combination to my locker, number 310, is 517. I tried it, but the locker won't open.
Dexter must be confused, because I think that is the combination for number 311. Try 311.
Do you know much about the tower that's closed off? I heard the original owner imported it from France.
It comes from the Chateau Rochemont in a town in France near where I grew up. Marie Antoinette used to visit this tower when she was Queen of France. Until she lost her head in the Revolution, that is.
I need to bring Professor Hotchkiss her boots. Do you have them?
Yes, I fixed her boots. But you should be relaxing by the fire, sipping cocoa, Nancy. Not running errands for Dexter.
I'll talk to you later.
Ciao!